Colleagues, I had the good fortune to be able to serve on the Water Resource Commission for 8 years, and then afterwards engaged in water law litigation for a long time. And I thought, in reviewing this bill, what in the world caused my senatorial colleagues to send it over here unanimously? So, fearing that I had forgotten what I learned over all those years of being on the Water Resource Commission and actually being appointed by our current governor as chair of the commission the last 2 years I served on it, and then all those years of litigating water, I thought somehow maybe I've just lost track of how this is supposed to work. So I contacted Laura Schroeder of Schroeder Law Offices, water rights specialist in Portland, and discussed this matter with her at length this morning online. And I said, Laura, am I missing the point? Is this a good bill? And her response was, no, this is not a good bill. And indeed, that which I had thought about this bill is true. Let me explain why. A split lease means that if you have a 4 acre-foot water right, that means you are allowed to take 4 acre-feet of water out of a stream. Most of it is not used. It's not consumed. Much of that water runs back into the stream sooner or later, and it's used by someone further down the stream. Under a split lease, the idea is that the farmer or rancher that diverts the water, just like the one that appeared before the committee, I'm sure, would divert 2 acre-feet of water early in the season, and then he or she would lease the other half, the other 2 acre-feet, to remain in the stream. And that 2 acre-feet that remains in the stream is shepherded down the stream past all of those folks who enjoy a junior water right. What just happened? When the water originally under the not leased right was taken out, used, and ran back in, those junior folks got to use it. Under the split lease, the people that lease the water and enjoy the in-stream use have protection of the priority date based upon not the original consumptive use, but the paper right. The paper right of having 4 acre-feet, not the real right, that is the amount you actually used previously. Why is this bad? All of the junior users below the gentleman who appeared before the committee lose the rightful use of their water. In the normal course, you do this through a transfer. And the folks, there's notice and there's a hearing and you're very careful in how you do it. This bill slides right on past that. The lease provisions don't require the transfer process. Unfortunate. Instead, it's replaced with a shift of the burden of proof to the poor schmoes downstream, stuck having to look at that now protected water, enjoying that priority right, which it didn't used to have. Very unfortunate. Why is this so important today? Why would this matter? Because I want to see water in stream for the fish. It matters because there is a situation in the Klamath going on right now, where after 30 years, the people in the Klamath have waiting for adjudication of their water right. It's now happened just a short month and a half ago. They will be held to the full force of the law. They will have their water shut off according to the law. Folks, when we deal with water, we deal with it as though it were gold. And it is the foundation for what I do and how we live in Eastern Oregon. This bill circumvents the law, the very law that many will rely upon in enforcing and keeping water in stream in the Klamath. Why would we vote for this? Why? Why? It's a blow at the very foundation of our water rights in Oregon. I encourage you to vote no. This is not a good bill. And of all the people in this building, I probably enjoy one of the highest levels of understanding of what we're about today. But just in case, just to be sure, as I shared with you earlier, I checked. And indeed, one of the best water lawyers in Oregon, Laura Schroeder, says I'm right. I encourage a no vote.